If you are blind, then your eyes shall be opened. If you seek the unknown, then you have found your place. If you desire knowledge, that is what you may find. If you yearn for the truth, all things shall be revealed. There is nothing for you here. Hello, my fellow reverberating cockmongrels. This will be my take on thought forms and how memes are rooted in ancient occult practices, how these two things are in fact using the same psychological phenomenon, and how each of us can use this to our own advantages. We must first begin by defining what a meme and a thought form are. Memes are short, catchy ideas that tend to stick in your head, whether that's because it's hilarious or because it's tragic, which you then tend to spread depending on your interest in the topic at hand, entirely dependent on the nature of the meme itself. Thought forms, however, are used on a more individual basis to help encode complex ideas in simple phrases or commands, often at times given identities and personalities to help the creator command their subconscious. The primary difference between memes and thought forms is that a meme may influence your unconscious without your knowledge, whereas thought forms were created by you to fulfill a specific intention. Memes can be used in very interesting ways. Pepe, for example, began as a bad frog drawing that has since evolved into the modern representation of an ancient Egyptian deity, namely Kek. Examining this shows us the way memes evolve. Thought forms evolve in a similar way, though not through social interpretation, but rather personal development, and the ways in which we repurpose our thought forms to suit our needs at the time. In that way, the influence of the conscious and unconscious mind, and the way we create them initially, memes and thought forms are virtually indistinguishable. The key to differentiating between them is in social interaction. Most people might not think about it, but we all perpetuate memes. But not all of us create them. If you've ever used the phrase "to each their own," that is a kind of meme. The inclination of this is that everything in modern society is indeed a meme and conglomerations of thought forms. If not for thought forms, there would not be a single monotheistic religion. If not for memes, not a single moral virtue. Thought forms could be as simple as a smoking habit, the addiction itself being the thought form. A method to quit smoking is to make the idea of addiction an ugly creature and repetitively murder it in your head. Thought forms could also be as complex as an alternate persona one might utilize online. An introvert might embody an outgoing identity to express themselves in a public space, for example. The use of memes and thought forms can create various effects in the physical reality, depending on how individuals act on them. A meme could cause one's adversaries to break down in blind rage or burst out in tears. Perhaps they should have a thought form telling them something like, "Internet trolls can't bother me." Then Pepe the Frog wouldn't be such a problem. Memes and thought forms are essentially the same thing. The creation of a caricature and phrase with the intention of influencing the minds of others or oneself in some way. This channel, for example, is one of my thought forms. A character that represents my perception of various things, however directly tied to my actual personality, it is still only a thought form, not quite the real thing. Every fictional character you've ever seen is both a meme and a thought form, as the idea of something like Sonic the Hedgehog or Superman have become so iconic that most people know enough to give you a general rundown of what both characters do, what they represent. Here's a little thought experiment. If you make a character and give them a catchphrase, did you just create a meme or a thought form? In fact, you have created both. Depending on how you use that character determines whether it stays a thought form or becomes a meme. All in all, the things we create and put into the world, especially in this age of the internet, have direct effects on the world around us, influencing our social interactions and personal beliefs. Here's another meme. With great power comes great responsibility. We all possess this astonishing power to shape the future perceptions of society. How will you use it? Tons of love. Blessed